Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Data Engineer. So today we will solve one more problem related to pyspark, which is asked on previous interview questions for pyspark. Okay, so the questions basically related to sales data. Okay, we have one sales data and that is there with a CSV file. Okay, so you are working with a data set of sales transactions. So we have already data set with sales transaction with file type as a CSV. Okay, so the data set contains column. So basically the schema is transaction ID, store ID, product ID, quantity sold, price and transaction date. Okay, so there are 6 column and so there is no data type defined here. So we will change the data type based on our computations. Okay, so the input is we have a data set with a CSV file and that store the sales transactions. Okay, and there have a schema is transaction ID, store ID, product ID, quantity sold, price and transaction date. Then what we have to do? So first question was that we have to load the data set. Is a simple, we have to just read the CSV file. Then the second was that calculate the total revenue per store per day. Okay, so for each store what are the total revenue per day wise, we have to calculate that. So revenue is calculated like quantity sold. Suppose there are 10 quantity sold and the price, whatever the price for the 10 quantity, we have to do that and then group by store ID and transaction date. So that we will do that. Okay, for calculate the total revenue. Then we have to do the rank store by daily revenue. So for each day, suppose store number 2 has more revenue, so it will come up, and then store 3 have like lesser revenue than store 2. So we have to do like we have to make it a rank, we have to arrange it in a rank way. So we have to assign the rank for that, for each store who have the more revenue. Okay, so for that we will use window function. So here we will see the concept of window function, why I are using and how to apply window function on that. Then the fourth ask was filter top 3 store by revenue per day. Okay, so we have to calculate the all store and then from that we have to pick the top 3 store by revenue per day. Okay, and who have the highest revenue, we have to take top 3. And then fifth was that calculate the average daily revenue per store. Okay, so for the filter store, calculate the average daily revenue across all day. Okay, so that was the 5 ask from that question. So we will see step by step how we are solving that, because already I have solved that. So I have pasted the code snippet with comments and we will see that. So the load the data set. So how we are loading the data set? So first what we will do, first we will first what I will do, first we have whatever the whatever the libraries needed or whatever the module needed, we have imported that. So we required a spark session, we required call sum row number, this is a window function. We require, so we have already created a window function, so we required window also. From pyspark or sql.window we required window function, so we have imported all the things. So that is not necessary to import at a single go. If you'll solve your problem, if you required something, then you can add it. Okay, first step is to create a spark session. So we have created the spark session.build.appname. I have given a sales analysis because that is the sales data, so I have given sales analysis.get.create. The first question was load the data set. So we have the CSV data, so simple option is spark.read options, and then we have the pass header equals to dot csv, or we can write like simple, we can write like spark dot read csv dot options. Whatever the things we have to pass, we can pass the path, or if there is any delimiter, or if first record is the column, we can use that also. So the simple method is spark dot read option. Under option we have passed the header equals to true, means first column is first row is the column name, and then csv, and whatever the path we have, we will pass that path also. Okay, then second option was the calculate the total revenue per store per day. So how to calculate the total revenue here? Total revenue is quantity sold. So there are 10 quantity sold and price is 5, then total revenue is 10 5 is 50. Okay, group by store ID and transaction date. So if you'll see here, uh, what so then before that I have whatever I have done, because it was required to cast the data type. So what I have done, we have done like df dot with column quantity sold, as a quantity sold casted to integer, for price I have casted to float, and then for transaction date I have casted to date type. Okay, for transaction date I have casted to date type, for price I have casted to float type, for quantity sold I have casted to integer, because quantity sold always will be integer, there is no fraction. Okay, so whatever the column required for casting I have casted that. If required you can cast your things also. And then the second ask was calculate the total revenue. So if you'll see, I have created data frame called revenue df, then df dot with column I have taken a name, I have just added a name called revenue, I have added a column called revenue. So how we are calculating? Column quantity sold, so I have selected a column quantity sold and I have multiplied with the price. So how many quantity got sold, I have multiplied with the price, it will give the revenue. Okay, so because in our data frame we have already quantity sold and the price, so this data is already there with that, so we don't have to derive, we have directly selected that and we have multiplied and we have get the revenue df. Then daily revenue df, so for each date we have to give the revenue. So revenue df dot group by, so group by, how we have to do the grouping? For each store and each day. So I have done like revenue df dot group by store id and then transaction date for each date, day wise. So we have to select the transaction date and store id dot aggregate sum of revenue dot alias total revenue. So by this way we will create the revenue df. Then the third was that we have to do the rank store by daily revenue. Okay, so how we will do that? For ranking, we have to define the window for that. So we introduce partitions by, how we will do transaction date, then ordered by total revenue. So ordered by total revenue is descending, means first word who have the highest revenue that will come first, and then descending order. Then I have written like rank df equals to daily revenue dot with column, and I have passed the rank. I have passed the name as a rank. So basically we wanted the ranking, then row number. So row number part basically it will do. So we have three types of functions: row number, dense rank, rank. So row number basically for each partition it will assign the numbering 1 2 3 4 5 over window space spec. So window spec we have already defined. So what I will do, I have taken the over window spec. So basically for like we have calculated the revenue already, so we will do the partitions by transaction date and ordered by total revenue, and then we will do the descending order. So based on that we got the rank df. Okay, then fourth was that top filter top 3 stored by revenue per day. So we already got the rank df. So what we have to do, we have to just filter the top 3. So this is simple, top 3 store, something like we can write top 3 store df equals to top store df equals to, we can write rank df dot filter column rank less than equals to 3. So if we'll write rank less than equal to, it will face top 3. If rank less than, so top 4 you have to pass, we can write like that top 4. So similar way we can write like less than or greater than, if you wanted like bottom something, bottom 3 or bottom. So we can make the condition based on our requirement. Okay, so here is the top 3 is stored by revenue, so we have make it top store df. Okay, and rank df, because already we calculated the rank df, so rank df dot filter column rank less than equals to 3. Then fifth was that calculate the average daily revenue. Average daily revenue means, so we have to calculate for per day, for per store. Okay, so average daily revenue equals to top store df. So top store df dot group by store id dot aggregate sum total revenue alias total revenue sum, and count of transaction date dot alias day count, with column average daily revenue dot total revenue sum. So basically the fifth as well, calculate the average daily revenue per store. So per store we have to do, so what we will do first, we will take first the average daily revenue df, and then top store df to top 3, then we will do the group by store id, then aggregate the total revenue as a total revenue sum, then count of transaction date, because we have to count the transactions also, okay, as a day count, and transaction date as a day count, and then with column average daily revenue. So by average daily revenue, how will calculate total revenue sum by day count. Like suppose total revenue sum is like 1000 and that days count is 20, so we have to divide by that, so we will get average daily revenue. Like suppose total revenue is 100 and day count is 20, so our average revenue is 5 every day, okay. So that way we will calculate. So this is simple, just I have used the above temporary data frame, and I have calculated the total revenue and total day, and then I have divided by average daily revenue, okay. So this is, then we have to display the average daily revenue, and then we have to stop the spark session. So I'll do spark dot stop, okay. So this way we will solve the problem. So for any problem we will first go step by step, and we will see, we will use the previous data frame, temporary data frame, then we can solve the next problem, okay. Thank you, thanks for watching.